Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to show you how I got this sort of dramatic purple look on Molly. So I'm starting out with a paint pot from MAC called Vintage Selection, and it kind of is like a pinky shimmery color. You'll see I put another layer on with my finger so the pigment comes through a little bit better. And I'm just using this really as a base for the other shadows to stick to, so I get a little bit more pigment out of them. So I love this palette from Huda Beauty. Unfortunately the names don't, or the colors don't have names, so I put little stars on them on the screen. Hopefully you can see that. If you have the palette then you'll know which one it is. But really I'm just building this up slowly in the crease. I've sped it up, but lots of window wiper motions. Mixing these two shades now just to get a slightly deeper shade, and I'm taking that just into the crease. Whereas the previous color I was taking sort of into the crease and above towards the brow. This I'm really just keeping in that crease area, and I am going to build it up slowly. The best way to do this is just lots of thin layers. Purples can be really hard to blend, so take your time with this one. And I always go back in with a color that I used before and just blend out the edges to make it a bit more seamless. Now I'm going in with the darker shade by itself, and again back into that crease, back and forward, and then I'm going to take it down a wee bit onto the lash line and just meet up that inner corner, or outer corner rather. Helpful if I knew what eyes look like. So I am using this spectacular color. Oh my god, I'm obsessed with it. Look at it. Oh, I die. It's so beautiful. It's like a duochrome pinky purple whitey color, and I'm using that in the majority of the eye, but stopping about the ball of the eye. And then I'm using this slightly deeper pinky purple shimmery tone on the outer corner. Now you may notice I've blended up a little high on the brow bone. No big deal, easily fixed. I'm gonna use some of this Tempera shadow from Anastasia and just buff that down a little bit. So if you do find that you've maybe blended up a little bit high towards the brow, no big deal, you can just buff it down pretty easily. Don't panic. I'm then going to take just some black shadow on an angled brush, and I'm just going to press that into the lash line on the top and bottom just to give me a little bit of depth at the lashes. Okay, so once that is on, you can see we've got a bit of a mess happening on the outer corner there. There's some fall down. So I'm just going to clean that up with a cotton bud. I try not to worry too much about getting those outer lines perfected, especially when I'm wanting to blend quite a bit. Then I'm going back in with the deepest shade of the purples that we used in the crease and just blending that into the lash line, just nicely softening that black and adding a bit of that purpley depth there. As always, going back and blending. Blending, 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 blending. Okay, I'm using some of the Glossier Stretch Concealer just to tidy up under the eye where I had removed some of the foundation and concealer that Molly had on previously. And now I am just using a clean blending brush just to blend that line between the concealer and the shadow that's there. And a little pop of rice paper in the inner corner, really just to brighten things up a bit. Okay, these are my favorite lashes. I've sped this up and cut a chunk off because they take a little while to put on, but I love individual lashes. I love the look I can create with them. It's just a lot more natural for me. And there we go, that's us all done. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Please let me know if you did, and if there's any other looks that you would like to see.